All right, guys, so this is going to be a completely different video. I am going to be recording and not editing anything. So if you're here to watch a full groom, this is going to be a full groom. There are certain things I may explain and sometimes I won't talk. You just follow along and watch the groom. So today I have little Coton with me, and I am going to start with his first shampoo. And I want to let you know I'm also leaving some timestamps at the bottom of this video, so if ever that's something that, if you're not interested in a specific part of the groom, you can just go click on the timestamp. For those who don't know what a timestamp is, just you'll see in the description box, there's little numbers there, time numbers, and they're highlighted. So you just click on that and it'll bring you straight to where you want to go. So I've been grooming Coton for a nice while now. I think about maybe 10 years. At least 10 years, yes, 10, 11 years. He's a very good Coton. He's a Coton de Tulear. Give him a nice, hang on, I'm going to bring his face down forward like this so that I can rinse the top of his head without him getting any water in his nose. And get him all nice and wet here. And I'm wondering, I'm hoping that my audio doesn't go, because I noticed that my battery is a little bit low, but I might be able to make it. So the first shampoo is the Germinator. I wanted to read this for you guys, the Germinator here. I got my, it says whitens without bleaching, and it's for stains. Shampoo, right, this back. I like to always groom in sections, as if you've been following my videos, you probably noticed that. I always start with, do one section, and then come, you know, always the same, moving always the same way. So yeah, did his back, did his tail, do a leg, you know, that type of thing. I just don't want to go back and forth. Once I'm done with this section, I'm completely done with it. Oh yeah. Oh, what's up? We got some debris back there. I can sense that. Some will come out in the tub. I may have to take some of this out once at the table and cut some of that hair out. It gets caught in the hair. You can either use a flea comb in the tub or afterwards, whenever you, whatever makes you comfortable, however you work. I'll do the front legs. So yeah, I use the Germinator. I like the Germinator for taking out stains and whitening. It helps to whiten, takes out stubborn stains. Well, to a certain extent, I guess. Like the staining that they get around their feet, that orange, that won't take that out. That's just stained, completely stained there till you just cut it out. I have yet found anything magical to get rid of that. And the reason why they get that orange is because of they do some licking, and that licking keeps those toes wet, and it causes that, there's a bacteria that causes, when it stays wet, it causes that rust, that staining. Often you'll see these stains around their mouth, around their feet, wherever they're doing their licking. My dog, he likes to lick his belly. And sometimes the licking is due to, maybe they have allergies or just bad habits. Anxiety could cause that, where they're constantly licking. That could cause that too. Just getting the underbelly in between the legs here. Now I'm going to do his head with this one, but afterwards I'm going to do a facial. So. Yeah, he's shaking. Why are you shaking, boy? Yeah. His ears are dirty. They get pretty, the ears they get dirty, these ears, especially around the entrance of the ear. They'll get pretty, you know, they can get greasy. You can use a degreaser if you want, or some solutions for ear cleaning also helps with that. So just like to get right behind that ear. Yeah, so I decided to try this. I have a few videos, guys, of me, you know, doing a full groom without any edits. And the reason why I edit my videos is I'm just trying to make the nicest, you know, experience for you guys, you know, so that you're not too bored watching me groom. So I try to take out the longer parts, the parts that are not necessary, you know, like drying the dog. It's like sitting there watching me dry the dog with that loud hair dryer, blow dryer. So, but this time I will. Everything, you will see everything that goes on during a full groom of this little Coton. So, okay, so I got that first shampoo done. And come in, rinse them out. And I'm going to do a second shampoo, and I'm going to do a nice facial. Again, if this is too long for you, the timestamps are in the description below. Rinse, rinse, rinse. So yeah, rinse the whole body, the legs, come around at the head, bring the head down. I'm doing this because you see where the opening, the opening here, he's not getting any water in his nose. And you'll know if you get a little water in their nose because they'll do a little sneeze. So if it's a Shih Tzu, especially, Shih Tzus can get water straight to their lungs if they get water in their nose. They have really short snouts. There, hon. I'm just going to give you a second. Wipe this. Oh, what's that doing there? I'm going to wipe them up here. Get rid of all that water so that I can squish those two ears and not get any water. Yeah. All right, so let's do the second shampoo, okay? So my second shampoo, I usually use the Tropiclean 2-in-1, but this time I'm trying out a new one, and that's because, sorry, nose itches, and that's because I went to order more and they were out of stock and I couldn't find any. So I got the Soos, S-O-O-S, that's how you say it, Soos, Dead Sea Spa product for pets. It's 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner. And I like to use a conditioner, a 2-in-1 for my second shampoo because I want to rehydrate that hair and rehydrate that skin. So as you've noticed, I did his back, toss my hair over, did his back, did his tail, did his bum. So now I'm going to do the feet, his leg and his foot here. Getting between the toes. Whoops, watch it. I need another mat. It's getting slippy in there, isn't it? And yeah, I like this. I tried it on another dog right before filming this video. It says that it's made with Dead Sea minerals, vitamins, essential oils, and plant extracts. I'm just reading, guys. Made with all natural ingredients, paraben-free, and exceptionally soft on hands. You're gonna have to see that. My hands have been cracking so much lately. I usually wear gloves for this, but I'm trying to get to know this soap, and I like to get my hands right in it so I want to feel it. I want to feel what this soap is, how it is. And it's always important, guys, to follow the dilution. This is a 10-to-1. Because you don't want itchy skin. You got to be sure also to really rinse that out. You got to use your products properly. See, when your dog's bubbling like that, that means that you've got one clean dog. Yeah. All those bubbles are telling you that that's clean. So you get down here in the belly and the chest area and between the legs here. All right, so I'm just going to use my It's Spa stuff here. It's underneath. It's underneath my sink. I'm not going to take it out. So, it's the Spa from Tropiclean. It's the Spa facial. I love to do facials. You know, you'd figure it's just a soap, but it says facial, and it helps with stains. Not much, I don't find, but it says it helps with stains. I use it just the same. I just like to have something special for their little faces. When my clients find out that I gave them a nice facial, they're all like, oh, how cute. They like that. It's just that extra care to get in there. And when I do the facial, actually, the full facial is for the head, so. So please, if there are any questions about soaps or about just anything, just let me know in the comments below. I'm going to rinse him out, this little one here. We've done the bath, guys. Just got to rinse him out, and we're going to get to the table. It's nice and warm. Speaking of warm, I'm going to get my next client's, well, actually it's the same client with 3 dogs, so I have 3 pups. So for the next pup, I'm going to fill up this container here with some hot water, and I'm going to put the bottles in there, my soap bottles, so that it's nice and warm for the next pup. Does make a difference for the dog's experience, guys, when you're pouring cold water on the back with that soap. Well, it is soft. The hair is pretty soft. So I'm going to do his head here. Bring your head down. Just slightly, please. Thank you. There. No, don't bring your head back. Yeah, some dogs are easier to wash than others. I think you've seen some of the dogs that I groom. If not, you can check out my other videos. I've got all kinds of different experiences in there, and I like to teach what I do, right? I've been doing this since 2010, so. Get rid of all that soap here. Here. So as I always explain why I use that towel there before I rinse. It's because I want to get rid of all of that water on the dog's ears and underneath the ears. Get rid of all of that water to be sure once I hold the ears down that I don't squish any water in from the ears. Because those ears are like sponges. They'll absorb all of that water, and then you just press down, and you know, you can also rinse your dog without holding the dog's ears down, but you're still running the chance of getting some water in those ears, because some of the ears are, even if they're down, there's still that crack there. I just like to hold the ear down and rinse out really, really, really well. I don't want this dog going home scratching and being itchy. That is one of the most important parts of the shampoo, is the rinse out, guys. Better to over rinse than under rinse. And the way to know if it's enough, you keep your eye on that drain. See? Keep your eye on that drain. If you still have some soap, you can still see just some of the suds going down. That means we're not done rinsing. When there's no more soap, it could be a light soap, just a white, you know, just a little bit of white bubbles going down. So. Those toes, you know, you rinse out the leg and you get down to the toes. Start from the top, you end in the bottom. Speaking of the bottom, right in the back here, soap can get caught there. Okay, you want to stand up? You good with that? The belly is usually the last area to rinse out, because you always get a whole bunch of soap that runs down the body on the sides and it can get caught underneath. So this is one clean dog, guys. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just rinse, take all of this water out with my rag here, my washcloth. I like to absorb the most possible before getting him on the table. Just go down to the feet, all four of them, and your tail, and even the back. So I'm also going to add this in here. I'm just going to add some hot water, because the next pup, I don't want him to be all cold. I'm just going to secure the dog at the table right here. So the pup's at the table right there, keeping an eye on him. You know? All right. Set this here. Oh, really? You gonna do that? Huh. Let me close this light here. Get rid of that. Okay. Oh, I have an itchy nose. All right, so here we are. I'm gonna turn this light on. This is such a cool light here. I'm gonna show you. See this here? This light. It doesn't hurt the eyes. It's diffused, so. And you can just turn it. It's just clipped to the bottom here. Here. And I just like to use that for when I'm grooming and see their faces better. especially when it starts to get a little darker outside. It just gives me that much more light. There. Turn around, honey. Nice and quiet. Look at those feet. He does a lot of licking on those feet. Huh, Copain? Yeah. Can I dry you? Yeah. Okay. You know, it's good to dry your dog. Towel dry your dog the best you can. Your drying's gonna be quicker, and you'd figure, you know, what's the point? You're drying him anyway. Well, if you're 3-4 minutes drying him less with the, sorry, my camera, I'm having a tough time with this here. You're 3-4 minutes drying him less under the dryer. That's 3-4 minutes less of stress. So yeah, I'm gonna turn him around here. Right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Guys, everything is at arm's length. So when I get up to grab something, he's right here. And I'm, you know, right there for him. I don't drop my pups. They don't fall off. And I know this one. He's not a jumper. He's a jumper. That'd be different, but he's not a jumper. So I'm gonna clean out those eyes with my trusty flea comb. Poopies. See how good that flea comb is? I'm gonna comb all of that upwards, and I do that so that I can come in and cut around his eyes. I like to cut around his eyes first after I've taken the poopies out, and I cut around the eyes here in the corners because I come in and clean. If I had so much hair there, it wouldn't clean as well. So take all the hair out in the corners, and then I can go clean those corners. See? Later, we're gonna clean all of that out. Why not do it now? Take a little out, but later, once he's dry, it's like once you start with this, oh, you just keep going. All right, let's check out his ears. So I don't need to pluck anything out of his ears. He has very minimal hair in there. A few strands of hair is fine, guys. You just don't want to have a big chunk of hair in there. Remember, I say this every single time. Someone left me a comment, oh, it's disgusting that you use the same. I use the same one, but I flip it. So this side is not dirty, okay? I got a hair there. That's just hair, okay? That side's not dirty. If you prefer, then use 2 different rounds, but I do not use the same side. I do not use the same side. And yeah, so I know that there was some stuff back here a little bit. I washed the bum, and yeah, there's more debris there. So I'm come in and get my comb here and just get rid of that. And the reason why I'm doing it right now, you know, you'd figure, well, why don't you just shave it later once you have the shaver in hand? You know, I could do that. But I don't want to be drying him with a whole bunch of long hair and poop that was in that long hair. So I just get rid of all of that long hair right away, best I can, and then I use a baby wipe and clean up that area. Once it's all shortened, you can clean it well. There. Because if I'm turning him, and I don't want to be touching that. Clean everything out. A lot goes into grooming. A lot. And my clients, sometimes some clients stay and then they tell me, oh my God, I didn't know that there was so much that needed to get done. I'm just spraying some alcohol on my tools here because the tools were in questionable area. Right, can we dry you now? Now this is the drying part, and it's gonna be loud. Yeah, what I'll do is, I think the only edit I'll do is I'll try to bring the sound a little lower so that it doesn't bother your ears too much. But if you're interested in watching me dry the dog completely, that's really up to you. Or you can check out the timestamps below and select where you want to go in the room. This is just a little bit of conditioning spray. Turn them around again. This helps with mats. It helps with, just reconditioning the hair nice and properly. Although I do trust that the shampoo should do that. But anyhow, so I'm just using a wet brush here. This little wet brush has those little plastic nibs at the end. And it doesn't scratch, so it's okay to go along the dog's body without scratching the dog's body. And I like to just separate. Look at all those curls. This cotton is so curly. Cotton curls. He's so curly. Tapping and pulling up and away so that I don't just rip through his hair. There you go. This is another tool that I like to put a little bit of alcohol on the tips here. Once I cleaned it out, I'll be rubbing some on some other dog's skin. If the dog had real skin issues, because he doesn't have any skin issues, but if the dog had real skin issues, I suggest really disinfecting that properly before using it on another dog. I've been having trouble with this lately. Okay, so I'm going to put my little ear protectors here, and I'm going to dry them. All right, so I got his body all done. I'm gonna do his head. I'm gonna come in with a different dryer for his head. For his comfort. Okay. Try this one here. There, like that. Try to comb some of this out just to separate the hairs. Because it dries better. Excuse me, my. It'll dry a lot better once you separate the hair. All the hairs. See how I'm just tapping and pulling up and out, guys? I'm not just grabbing it and pulling. If it gets too stubborn, I'll try to use the brush like that. And if it's even more stubborn, then I'll just cut it out. It's okay to cut. See, usually, speaking of cut, I cut all of this part out. I just, in the video, so that you guys don't have to handle watching me do this, all of this here. But some people enjoy the whole process. So I figured, why not? Just poking in there. There. Okay, can we dry now? No, you gotta show me your face. See there in the camera, yeah? All right, let's try drying with this dry hair. Get him used to the sound first. I've dried him with this before. It's just that I don't like to turn it on and just shove it in their face right away. So you just turn it on, let them assess for a moment what's going on. And I think it's the best way to teach them that it's fine, that they're safe. Hang on, hon. Hang on. No. Okay. Pulling his ear back so that he doesn't have to hear too much of it. I'm not going in his ear. Just going right in front of it. I try to get the most done. I think if they'll allow me to dry completely, I'll do it. But if they're just being too fussy with the dryer, I'm just gonna get maybe 85% done and just let the rest dry on its own. I'm gonna come back in and give another quick brush. Give him another quick brush from your face. That. Right. Quick brush. That's thick. There's a lot of hair there. Okay, try it one more time. At least under here. Can I do under here? On the side of it. Away from the entrance of the ear. I'm not in the ear, I'm going away from it. Rubbing helps it dry faster too. So helps to separate the hairs more. okay? He's got such a fluffy face. Yeah. Okay, we're done. He doesn't want that on his nose, so. All right. Next, I'm gonna do his paw pads and shave his sanitaries. Do the Sannies here, hang on. Okay. Have a sip of my coffee. All right, let's check out your toesies and your belly. Start with the belly. Should the belly up? No, hon, you're all good. He's got some knots in there. How come? I never see you with knots. What's going on? Got to get rid of all of that in front, guys, here. When they pee-pee, they end up peeing on their hair there. We don't want any smellies. I know I repeat a lot, don't I? But that's what this is. This is the same job I do every day, so I'm doing videos here and there. You're liable to hear me repeat something. He keeps pulling that tail in. There. Pretty good. Right. See under your arm here? I'm going to take out all of this stuff under his arm because I don't want him knotting up in there. Okay, just a little bit. Doesn't have a lot because I do him quite frequently. Next, you do your paw pads. I think his nails are already done. His brother's nails were done, so I'm figuring they did his nails also. I'm gonna see. It's all nice and clean. He's a good boy, huh? Pepe's a good boy. Next, there. I'm going to keep that blade on there. That was the 30 blade that I used there. I'm going to keep that blade on here, and I'm going to use it for these adjustment combs. These are 13 millimeter all over. That is the orange adjustment comb from Andis, and it is the 1/2 inch. And even brush. Many steps to grooming. And I always do these steps pretty much in the same order. Sometimes I'll brush first and then do the paw pads, but you get what I mean. You know, a while ago you guys noticed that I was wearing ear protectant, like ear protectors, ear protectant, ear protectors, and that's because I have tinnitus. You know, that ringing in the ears? Oh, Steph?
Yeah.
It's noon. It's already noon. Yeah, so I wear ear protectors because of the problem that I have with my ears. And the doctor told me that if I don't protect my ears, I'm going to lose my hearing. I already started losing a little bit of my hearing, so. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to go. Hang on. Yeah, so I don't want to lose my hearing. Already, apparently I lost some of it. I guess we all lose a little bit of our hearing as we age, but that dryer has caused a lot of those problems that I have with my ears. Is it okay, Steph? Give me 2 seconds. Right here. I'm right here, hon. Gotta take my meds here. You gotta take your meds. Sorry, guys, I had to grab some of my medication there. The joys of medication. Lucky we have medications. Yeah. So I'm just tapping and pulling up and away, as I explain all the time in all my videos, pretty much. I don't want to scratch this little one. Turn him around. I did this part a while ago. I'm going to do the front. And there's a reason for brushing him out before. It's because this comb needs to get through that coat. If he's not brushed out properly, it won't get through the coat. It'll just snag, and that's gonna cause him to be very unhappy. There. And I'm coming in with my metal comb to see if my work is well done. Because once I'm done all of this, I can start cutting. Let's see the back of your bum, hun. And the inside of the legs, not to forget. If it's too knotted up in here, guys, they don't like being combed or brushed. Try a little, it's fine, but if they don't like it, just kind of pull it out and cut the knots. That's what I do, so. I find that it's easier for them. They don't have to handle being brushed in very uncomfortable areas. Yep, his head's still a little humid. Can you show me your belly? Belly. And in here, you gotta go in slow because there could be knots there. And between the legs, they often have knots in the front here too. You wanna brush that out or snip it out. They don't really like to be brushed there, so snip it out. Another place, that's your head, honey. Another place here. They end up with these knots in their toes. I just cut that. There's no way I'm gonna have him endure me brushing between his toes. Nah. Look at that, he looks like he was dyed. Looks like someone dyed your toes. It wasn't me. Okay, we good? We're good. Just hanging his head down, making things difficult. Wiggling around. It's not too difficult. I like to fluff all of this up so that it can dry fluffy. while I'm grooming the rest of him. All right, so let's get into the whipping. Turn around, honey. So see guys, it took me almost an hour. Just the prep, just the bath, the drying, the brushing. You know, I didn't even clip his nails because Mom did his nails. His brothers, both brothers are here with me today. They're not from the same litter. And I did his brother this morning and his nails were clipped too, so. Get into the sides. So if he had straight hair, I'd be crisscrossing like this. You know, it's always nicer when you crisscross, so it blends in better. Put this back on. Always keep your dog secured. And a while ago, I had him on that other belly band. And the reason for that is because I didn't want it to be turning and me having to pull him back and pull him back and pull him back, because they like to do that. But he's good now, because he knows that once I put that on, he's got to stay put. They're in no pain, guys. They're just held there so that they don't keep turning. That helps me, and that also helps them for their security. So. Come down here, straight down, under the arm here. You got to be careful in the tuck up here. You don't want to be coming in like that. You can on the top, but there's a flap here. You don't want to catch that flap. Flap of skin. You can always back brush when you're back brushing, just tapping and pulling up. You don't want to tap too hard either. Was that a sneeze? Oops. Let's get back here. I'm not doing this here with this. I'm just underneath his bum. Bring this completely down into the knee. Look at these clouds here, fluffy clouds you got. Guess it's time to pull out my little broom. Turn this back on. All right. If there's still hair coming off, guys, it means your job's not done. See, I still have more hair coming off. Over here, it seems not bad. That's fine. You turn them around. Show me your head. You lift your head up, right underneath. Tap and pull up. Just light tapping. That's all you need. Pull that ear here, and I go right behind the ear. Turn you around. Same thing here. Lift your head. Just holding his head up, guys. I don't want to hurt him with this clipper here, we always have to keep the head secured. You're gonna go between your legs, that. And we're gonna do your belly. Stand up, up, up. Go down. Flip this around, and I'm gonna do the opposite direction just so that I can blend that in better. Whoop. There you go. You go back down. There. We're done. We're gonna do your head now. We're done clipping his body. So now I'm gonna clip his head. I'm gonna use a 16 millimeter for his head. And I'm just gonna pull everything forward from the occiput, going straight away from, I don't go down into the eye, so I'm following his nose there. Your little nose. Tap and pull this up and away. I'm just gonna hold his skin back like this. Try to get the front. There. Oops, watch it, watch it, watch it. What about your head? I'm gonna knock you with this. I don't wanna knock you. All right. So I got all that done. We're gonna finish off his face last. Lift up here. Let's see. Just want to be sure that your toenails are fine. Just want to be sure your toenails. Yep, Mom did the toenails. They're nice and freshly cut. So I'm going to just snip around his toes, all around. Being extra careful, we don't want to get that pad. Pads bleed a lot, guys. Anything actually that's the extremities, like toes and, you know, pads, ears, tongue. What else? Nose, you know, extremities. They bleed a lot. So I'm getting rid of a lot of this brown, rusty color here. It won't all go away. It won't all go away. The only way that would go away is if I just, you know, shave his foot. And even then, he'd probably have some right at the base. He does a lot of licking on his feet. Sometimes they do that because they just, you know, get bored. Bad habits. Sometimes it could be allergies, like I was mentioning. Anxiety, you know, stress. All right, so once I got all his feet nicely prepped, this is where the cut comes in. Now, my curves are not cutting much, so I'm going to use my straights for this. And you can use straights to curve. You know, you can still use your straights to come in and do some curvy areas. But curves are nice to have. So I'm going to pull all of this. All I did was do the curve here and then the hawk, the back here. Now I'm just going to go straight down. Come in here, see all of that, that's gotta go. I gotta just reshape the foot. All I'm doing is reshaping the whole leg, following the bone, you know, the whole leg, just following it. Come down here, you know. I would have kept more on the leg, but you know, the client likes that they're the same length everywhere. It's easier for her at home for all the brushing. Because I would have really liked, you know, I would really prefer keeping, you know, a little more in here, you know, just to make the shape a little nicer. I don't know. I guess it's to everyone's preference, and she's the one dealing with all the brushing at home. She's got 3 Coton de Tulears, so that's a lot of brushing. Keep them fairly short though, but still. All right, so one leg is done. See the inside here? All right, that seems okay. I'll come back in anyway to see if I did my job right once I'm done. So yeah, so the whole mask thing is because of, you know, hairs and dust. A lot of people are linking masks to our horrible times that we went through in 2020 to 2022, which I understand. But yeah, masks existed before that. I've been wearing this mask for the last 14 years. Whenever I groom, you know, I have one on in my face. So when that pandemic came out, I was pretty used to wearing it, just not in public. I wasn't used to wearing it in public. Just wear it around the grooming room. My little salon here. Lift your head up. He's dangling his head down. He is such a relaxed boy. They all are. They all are. When I say all, because there are 3. I have 3 Cotons right now with me. I have a nice black and white one. I've groomed him before on this channel. Yeah, once you put the leg down, lift all of that up, and you want to connect this whole chest area with that leg for it to be nice and straight. He's shaking, you know. Dogs are, you know, often very stressed during the grooming process. I guess they don't really enjoy being obligated to sit here for an hour and some. Usually takes me about an hour and a half maybe to groom a Coton, to groom a dog, to give him this like just a normal cut like this. The bath is usually the bathing and drying is like all that prep before starting to cut is like a whole hour. Finish that off after we turn him around here. Seeing stuff on this leg that I don't like. Always got to come back in. I'm just following the leg, guys. Just straight in. Head up. Head up. Let me know if you like these kind of videos where I'm just, you know, not editing anything and I'm just, you know, you kind of follow along while I groom, where I can just chit chat and talk with you guys, and let me know if that's something that you enjoy. And no, I don't put any music. Someone had mentioned something about music. A few people actually mentioned that they weren't too keen about music. And I don't add music anymore to my videos, so. So yeah, this is like just like doing a live video. You know, when I go live on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time, of course. I'm in the Montreal area in Canada. We got one more leg to do. And we'll do his tail and his head and we're done. As I said, you can still do curves with the tip of your scissors. Bring this in like that. That's straight. Who's complaining there? I heard a little moan from someone. You guys getting bored? Is it too quiet in here? Oh, sometimes when they're all three of them when they're here and they decide to start barking, then my dogs on the other side start barking. Like when I say on the other side, I mean in the house. Like this is my house, and there's like a door. You know, this is just a different room in my house, and my clients come in through that door, and this door up here, that one up there, my big figure, that's the door to the rest of my house. So when you bring your pup to the groomer, now you know the steps that are taken. I'm protecting his little area here with my hand, keeping my finger here to be sure that I don't catch any skin. Yeah, so now you know all the steps. Turn around, hon. Show me your bum bum. I'm going to come in and do the inside of his legs here. Okay. Like I said, if there were knots in there, I'd just kind of pull up that hair just a little bit and try to come and just cut through those knots the best I can. And if they were mats, you know, you can always just shave it. He's fine, he doesn't have any knots. You just pull it up, just following his leg down. Getting rid of all of that because the angle, you know, goes down that way. Follow that. Do the same thing here. And I'm just holding his tail up. I'm not holding him up by the tail. You don't want to do that. That would make for a really uncomfortable pup. And for you too, because that would hurt the wrist, I can imagine. Sometimes there are knots in there. I just cut those out. I am not going to comb that. That's got to be uncomfortable. Right. So I'm going to lift all of this up. See, a while ago I had cut some out. I'm going to cut more. I'm going to mention it again. Some people use a shaver. I just cut. No particular reason. It's just the way I do it. Okay, hold your tail down to the table, all the way down to the table. Whatever is left, I cut off. That's my measurement. Split the tail in two. What a nice fluffy tail, hun. Wow. And I am just going to cut a good portion of this off. I am just flagging this, guys. And then I'm going to do it again because tails Don't always, you know, just because I separated it like that doesn't mean it's going to stay separated the same way. So, I'm going to do it again, hold his tail straight out, and I'm going to come and just snip what I missed all the way till there. See over here? I got, oops, hang on, hon. He's pulling. No. This up. I'm going to do a little bit all the way up to the base of the tail here. Take all of that out. There. So he's okay. All right, let's turn you around. We're almost done. We do the inside of your legs here. I know I did it on the other end when we were in the back. I'd like to do this again. Try to toss that tail. Please keep it tossed. All I'm doing, guys, is any extra sticky outies here I'm taking out. There wasn't much. So to put the dog down, let's fold those knees back. Pull all of this forward. Just take some of that bulk out. And I'm going to come in with my thinners. Thin that out. Pull all of this forward. Get rid of all of that because that just curls right back in. Oops, sorry, hon. I'm just going to get close to his lash here, close to the eye. I mean, his eyelid, so that I can get most of that hair out so that it doesn't grow in too fast. Got to be careful. I'm just holding his head up like this. He's leaning on my hand. I'm not even holding. He's pushing down like this. That's how he does it. I just want to have some sort of control over his head because if he wants to move or yank or whatever, I'll feel his anticipation. And oh, why are you crying, honey? See, cleaned all of that out. I'm going to get rid of all of this on the top because that grows in pretty fast and you don't want his nose to be, his eyes to be filled with hairs, little hairs. All right, I'm going to hold his little mouth here. I'm going to use these huge chunkers here. I'm just going to go straight across like that. Okay, and then I'm going to pull all of that back in, and I'm going to curve that. Pull his ear back. Maybe if I could bring this in a little closer, you could see better. I just pulled his ear back, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to create this here all the way to the ear. Have to be careful not to grab that ear. And I'm going to pull all of this right in front of the ear. So I'm slowly, because sometimes this tickles, so they might want to move. There. I'll use my other ones here. Give him a nice soft edge here. I'm going to fluff all of that up and out. Get rid of all of that. Soften it up here. There are always little sticky outies somewhere. All right, I'm going to bring his head like this, pull all of that out. I'm gonna grab some in the back here, but I'm not gonna grab the top part because then it might be too short. I don't know. I'm just gonna grab the back. Okay, we'll do this part after. All right. So we did the sides. I will come back in and do some adjustments, guys. This is not perfect. Usually, come in here and I want to fluff all of that up. We're going to round this out. Round it out. There. Okay, did one side. To the other side. No, 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 bring your head down. Everything forward. You gotta be careful they don't stick their tongue out. Bring the ear back. Hopefully that ear will stay. Some ears don't stay back. Some just pop right back. Forward. So take some of that out underneath. Do like I did on the other side, bring this all back and get rid of all of this here and go slowly because he might want to shake because that can tickle sometimes. I'm going to bring this all back up like that. Take some of that out like that and just make it round. You know, I'm just trying to, you got to eye it. You know, you just got to use your eyes. I'm gonna just soften it up a bit and I'll come back in afterwards probably. For now, that's good enough. I'm gonna fluff this up. We're gonna do the same thing as on the other side. We're gonna take some of that out. Just round out this tip here. Why are we sad, honey? It's not him crying, it's the other one. Just so you know. All right, there are sometimes I'll come in underneath here. Yeah. And they'll have this little bit of hair here that I like to get rid of because sometimes that gets really long and it's all black. Yucky. Oh, there's some yuckies there. Get rid of those too. You know, I'll tolerate the brown, but the black stuff I don't like. There. They don't like it that I cut in there. So we'll bring all this forward. This is another thing they don't really like. They don't like that we snip the edges. Just want to get rid of that. Hang on. Yeah, pull it all back down. Just gonna make sure it's all round. Guys, we are pretty much almost done. I'm gonna do his ears. And then at this point, this is where I start just looking at what's not working for me. You know, looking at what looks choppy or any sticky outies or keep fluffing everything back up. Round it up, just keep rounding everything up. It's time consuming though. It is. We're not done. We are so not done. Okay, so I'm going to come back to the face afterwards. I'm just going to do his ears. See where that ear leather is? It stops there. So I'm going to just cut a little till it arrives at approximately his jaw. Is that good enough? It's approx. Even if it's a little longer, it's fine. I'm going to do the same thing on this ear. check for the leather. I'm just going to snip that away. Have a look, be sure that we're pretty much the same length. Once I have that done, try to make it rounder, just a little rounder. Once I have that done, I'm going to come in with my fingers here, and I'm just going to bevel that ear. I'm in an angle, as you can see. Comb that back out. There. All right, that's one ear. We'll bevel this one too. It just gives it a more natural, instead of being so blunt, natural look. So when I bevel, I just bring it down in an angle like this. You can come straighten some out like that too. All right. See how the ear is kind of rounded out instead of being straight and flat? You can't forget the inside, guys, because in here, right here, that wasn't beveled, so you need to kind of get in there and so that it's nicely done, right? Yes, I'm holding your little chinny chin. I'm sorry about that. Okay, we're not done his face. As you see, it's still a little choppy. That's okay. You start off by taking off the bulk, and then you start that sculpture, and then you come in and you just fix what needs fixing. Okay. Just got some. The reason why we take these hairs out, guys, is because those hairs, they get long and they'll end up hiding in his mouth. They'll end up wrapping around his tooth and causing tooth decay. All right, see, so I'm coming in here and I'm just lifting the shorter hairs out. And I'm just going to take some of that out. I don't want to take it out too short because this is not a poodle. If it was a poodle, we'd go in shorter, and then the hair would pop out like that, But I don't want that. What I do want is to just blend it in a little better by just removing just a little bit so that it blends in better like that. I'm going to have a look at the top of his head, fluff everything up and out. And I'm going to try to make this nice, because what I'm doing, I'm looking at the horizon. The horizon! And then you lift his head, and I noticed that I went a little too short over here. That's okay. I fix. Okay, bring your ears back. Let's have a look underneath here. I'm just holding his ears up. I'm not holding him by the ears. If the dog doesn't want you to do this, then don't, because he'll just pull down. He's just letting me do it, so. Come down here. And if they have a lot of that orange, yellow stuff, just bevel that in like that. Because you're getting rid of just the top part. And they won't be so orange, as when they came in. So I took a lot of that orange out so that he can have a little bit of a wider smile. Just a little. So I'm just rounding this out, bringing it into the smile like that. Same thing on this side, nice and round. So there. There, I did it. We did the whole groom together, guys. The whole thing. Take a picture and I will show you the results.
Hey there, pet parents and grooming gurus. If you enjoyed my tail-wagging transformations and want more tips to keep your furry friends looking fabulous, just hit that subscribe button. Remember, every click helps spread the love and lathers of grooming joy. Subscribe now and let's embark on this fluffy journey together.